Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Sharper, a movie starring John Lithgow and Julianne Moore, and a bunch of other people. It looks like Bucky. Is that Bucky? I don't know. It looks like him. I don't know if it's the same actor, but it's about scamming people. It's about scamming. They're going to scam John Lithgow. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So the premise is John Lithgow has a son, but he's weak. And Julianne Moore has a son, but she and him are out to scam John Lithgow. And I don't know, Julianne Moore's already scamming him because she's with him. Is that Bucky? I don't even know if that's Bucky. Sebastian Stan. That's him, right? That's the same dude, right? Looks like him, but he looks different. It looks different. Bucky Barnes. Yeah, it is him. He looks different though, doesn't he? Doesn't his face look a little different? I don't know. Looks a little different to me. He looked enough like him, like I kind of knew it, but then not enough that I went, yeah, that's Bucky. So anyhow, I don't know why she would need to scam John Lithgow if she's basically, I don't know, she's married to him or she's just his girlfriend. I mean, he's got billions of dollars and she's already in, but then her son wants in, and inspired by John Lithgow after trying to scam him out of $1,000, said, you should steal bigger. So he recruits his girlfriend to seduce John Lithgow's actual son, and with the idea of, I guess, her marrying him and then having the son take over the company and then, I don't know, killing him? But then there's another subplot where John Lithgow is going to buy off her son so he goes away. Somehow, I guess. But then Julianne Moore is also trying to scam him out of $1 billion. I'm going to take $1 billion and aim it in your direction. I don't know. Or was the whole thing to scam to get the son to buy out Julianne Moore so she goes away? I don't know. It's unclear. Directed by Benjamin Caron, written by Brian Gatewood and Alessandro Tanca. It's a good cast. In theaters the 10th, streaming February 17th. Really good looking cast. I mean, John Lithgow. Come on. John Lithgow. Can't beat him with a stick. Julianne Moore, also great. Bucky's no slouch. He does really, his face looks different, doesn't it? It's amazing how actors can kind of do that. I think it's him. I think it's him just holding himself differently. It just makes him look just a little different. But maybe it's his hair. I don't know. But I'm not exactly sure who's scamming who, and that's kind of the point. So here's the write-up from director Benjamin Caron. Blah, 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 all these people. Sharper in theaters. Doesn't really... Oh, no. Doesn't have a synopsis. Should have had a synopsis in here. Just a one sentence. I think that's what it's meant to be. Like, who is scamming who? Is Julianne Moore doing the scam? Is she doing the scam? Or does she really fall in love with Jonathan Lithgow's son? There's a good line. You can't cheat an honest man. Like, he's honestly in love with her and willing to give her anything. But this is definitely, I think, fake drama because I think Julianne Moore is in on it. I don't know. It's meant to be serious, very, very serious drama. I'm going to take $1 billion and aim it in your direction. I'm not sure what that means. So, I don't know. It's going to be a big drama about stealing money, I guess. Will it be good? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, it seems very convoluted, the plan. Of course, I like him. He's a billionaire. It seems a little bit convoluted. If she's already dating the guy, I mean, just keep dating him until he marries you, and then push for marriage, and then eventually he dies, and you get all his money. Like, seems like a solid plan to me. It's not like you'll be hurting for cash while you're dating him. And then the son, I mean, like, when you're talking $1 billion, like, the numbers get a little out of control after a while. Like, if you steal, I don't know, a couple of mil, you're pretty much set for life. I think you could probably do it for under $1 million if you manage your money correctly, if you know anything about money. Now, these guys are scam artists and criminals. They're notoriously terrible with money, but you never know. It seems like, you know, the mother would easily, like, you know, like the opening of the movie, I think, or in the trailer, Bucky scams John Lithgow out of $1,000. It's like, yeah, it's like nothing. It is stupid. And when I think about it, it's like the mother could just give him $1,000 at that point. She could just ask the I keep calling him Jonathan, John Lithgow, for, I don't know, a piece of jewelry or whatever. What he would buy would be worth tens of thousands of dollars. You know, I mean, you could come up with a friendlier scam than that, right? You could just be like, well, I'm opening an art installation, and I really want it to be big, Ma. And then the mother's like, oh, he's an artist. He wants to open this art installation, but, you know, if he has to rent the building, it'd be terrible. Like, if he bought the building and then he buys it and he's got some, I don't know, real estate thing going on, and then he ends up selling the damn thing and pocketing the difference. I mean, once you have access to giant piles of cash, you don't even have to be that good with manipulating things, because you can do stuff like that. Like, literally, you could just invest in something you know has no chance of failing, and then sell it off, and then hand back the money, and then the person who gave you the money is like, oh, you're pretty responsible. You gave me back my loan. I was expecting to lose all this. You gave me back the money. Maybe you throw them another 10 grand. Yeah, we made 10 grand. Oh, there you go. But really, you made more than that, and you pocket the rest. It's like, what kind of scam is this? How much money do you need? Oh, we won't be satisfied until he's dead and we have every cent. Okay, I guess. I mean, there are people like that, but I'm not seeing the reasoning behind it. This whole part, she wants me gone, I don't think that's real. From the trailer, it looks like that's all a ruse to, like, keep pressuring John Lithgow, so he's constantly got to deal with his shenanigans. So he gets more and more endeared towards the mother, which sounds like a scam thing, right? Because Jonathan Lithgow is not going to drill down into the mother when he's dealing with her drama, right? He's dealing with her drama, paying attention to that, and not paying attention to what she's doing, which is what she wants. And then she keeps saying, oh, you saved me. Thank God. My son is such a mess. Meanwhile, he's just peeling off money to keep him happy, or keep her happy, essentially. So now they're going to up the ante and steal all his money. I'm not really seeing how this is going to work. But that all being said, I do like the cast. The cast is good. The premise seemed convoluted, but it might not be. Maybe it's just this cut of the trailer. I mean, when you got two big leads like this and Bucky, this guy I don't know, but he seems fine, and the girl too. I think this could work. Yeah, see, here he looks like Bucky because he's got the hair, but I don't know. Did he lose weight or something? So, yeah, this is like his friend. He's doing a scam. And it just seems so unnecessary. But, you know, it's a movie, so he's got to go for the big score. So what's the ending of this movie? That's a good question. Probably a lot of double crossing. So first act, we set up first that Bucky is the out of control son who's trying to scam money. Julianne Moore exposes him, but it's all. But then later, that turns out that whole thing was a ruse to drive John Lithgow closer to Julianne Moore, and she's working on that, and it's going great. But that's not good enough for her son, who now wants to double cross her, which makes some amount of sense. Even though I'm sure they've got tons of money because he's a billionaire, right? He'd just be like, "Ah, oh, here, have $100,000." So then, the second act is he gets this idea inspired by John Lithgow, sort of dressing him down. If you're going to steal, steal big. So he goes to his girlfriend, overhears some stuff about his son and how weak he is, and decides, I'll get my girlfriend to seduce his son. She'll end up married to him or controlling him. Then we'll push the son into getting all or some of John Lithgow's money somehow. Not really seeing that part of it, because if he is weak, Jonathan Lithgow, could just pressure his son and be like, what the hell are you doing? And then I think it kind of falls apart there, but maybe they can make this work. I don't know. But anyhow, so Jonathan Lithgow is going to be pressured from Julianne Moore and from the other end by his son. And then somehow they're going to get him to agree to, buy him out or just give him a big pile of money. But the complication will be, does Bucky's girlfriend fall in love with this guy and actually have feelings for him, and now she feels bad and doesn't really want to go along with this scam? And that double crosses Bucky, and then he has to expose her, and then maybe expose his mom, something like that. And then the third act is going to be, oh boy, I don't know, maybe the girl, the son of John Lithgow realizes she scammed him, but she is insisting that she's still in love with him, and all indications from the movie is, yes, she is actually in love with him. So she exposes Julianne Moore and Bucky, and they, end up in a confrontation of some kind where she comes out on top, and then the son of John Lithgow forgives her, grows as a person, and realizes, I'm not really in it for the money, I just want you, and then they go off together. But it seems too mean for that. Seems like another way this could end is possibly John Lithgow dies, and then they end up creating a monster in the son who realizes he's been duped, and he outflanks them, or maybe he was scamming them all along. Maybe. And then using them as fall guys for his father's death. That would be a big twist. That I could get behind. But see, you got to be very careful in cutting a trailer for a movie like this because of those elements. You don't want to give anything away. So these two look pretty happy. And again, it's coming out in February. I mean, maybe this will be good. I do like the cast. I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence. I mean, if you got Apple TV already, you can already see it. So why not? Why go all the way to the theaters? It's going to be on Apple in a week. So, I mean, if you like these kinds of movies, I think they tend to be a little too serious for me. Like, if this was a fun kind of heist thing where, John Lithgow's kind of a jerk and they're going to steal $1 billion from him, and, they're a bunch of wacky characters, yeah, I'd be more down for that. This super serious drama, I don't think the payoff's going to be big enough, because it feels very soap opera-y. Here he is yelling at his girlfriend. But that being said, I think it'll be well acted. I mean, because I do really like this cast. The direction seems fine, I guess. Kind of hard to tell from the trailer, but I give it a lukewarm maybe. All right, that's it for me, Tony D. and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. I will be at the White Horse Winery at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Friday, for the big How to Hunt the Jersey Devil. They're calling it Unlucky in the Vines, which I think is a play on Pineys and Friday the 13th. See, it's Friday the 13th. That's why we're doing it that day. So that's going to be fun. And then Wildwood Con on Saturday from 10 to 4 in Wildwood, New Jersey at the Wildwood Convention Center. I've just said Wildwood several times. And that's it. We'll see you in the next one.